good evening, and welcome. Tonight, we're going to go through this atlas a little bit. We're going to read about North America and look through a bunch of different maps of it. Let's just dive right in and see what I mean. North America. I have my pointer here to help me out. Countries and borders. Move these out the way. There we go. This book is kind of big, so I'm doing my best to get it on the shot. Just doing my best. I'll be a little honest tonight. I'm really stressed tonight. So this video is to calm me down as much as it is to relax you as well. My bike got stolen, you guys. I don't have a car, so that's my only mode of transportation, so I'm really upset. Not to mention, you know how, like, I do language videos on my whiteboard, and I've been trying to figure out how to do, like, whiteboard, like, make it nice. I even got this, it's over here, this whiteboard care stuff, but the smell of it's triggering a migraine, so my head really hurts and I'm all stressed out. So let's just relax and look at maps. We're not going to worry about perfect shots or anything. We're just going to point to things on the map and just read it. So here we go. Countries and borders. The continent of North America is dominated by Canada, the second largest country in the world, and the United States of America, the richest. The 7 countries of Central America have struggled with the problems of poverty and war in the past, but have experienced peace and economic recovery in recent years. Let's start with this little box over here. There we go. The North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA. Established in 1994, the North American Free Trade Association, also known as NAFTA, is an agreement signed by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Its aim is to increase the flow of trade between the 3 countries. Alright, let's go around the map and point out some things. So first we have Alaska. The United States bought Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million in 1867. Over here is Hawaii. There we go. Over here is Hawaii. The volcanic Pacific Islands became the United States' 50th state in 1959. Over here we can see the rest of the United States of America. It says the United States is a country made up of 50 states. Here we can see the U.S.-Mexico border. This border is the most frequently crossed international border in the world. And here's another important border, the dividing line. Panama's border with Colombia marks the divide between North and South America. What else do we have? We have Canada up here. Canada. All up here in the orange. Massive country, isn't it? North America's largest country, Canada gained its independence from the United Kingdom in 1931 and has 10 provinces. And up here is Greenland. Although part of Denmark, Greenland has been self-governing since 1979. It is the world's largest island. Some little facts down here. Fast facts. Total land area would be 9.3 million square miles. Total population 576 million. Number of countries 23. The largest country is Canada. The smallest country is St. Kitts and Nevis. And the largest country population is the United States of America at 321 million. Fun fact is North America is the 3rd largest and 4th most populated continent in the world. Alright. Let's see what else we have. Landscape. North America lies between the Atlantic Ocean to the east and the Pacific Ocean to the west, and stretches from the Arctic in the north to just short of the equator in the south. The continent is also home to Greenland, the world's largest island. We've got a little fast facts box up here too. Let's point out the things. Number 1 is the highest point. You can see it right here on the map. The highest point is Denali in Alaska. And there's a box up here about it. Let's see, Denali. At 20,321 feet, Denali, located in south-central Alaska, is the highest peak in North America. Denali means tall or high in Kokuyon, the language used by the people who live in the area that surrounds the mountain. Let's see, the longest river, number 2, is the Mississippi River, which you can see right there. The largest lake is Lake Superior, right here. And the largest island is Greenland. And there's a picture of some of the ice in Greenland right here. What else do we have on this map? We can see the Western Cordillera, which reaches down through here. It says it's a system of parallel mountain ranges that extends along the continent's western coast. Over through here we have the Great Plains, all down through here. A vast, flat, fertile area created by retreating glaciers during the last ice age. Over here we can see the Isthmus of Panama. At its narrowest, the Isthmus of Panama, an isthmus is a narrow strip of land with sea on either side, is just 31 miles wide. Up here, if I can move the book, are the Caribbean islands. These are made up of over 7,000 islands, islets, reefs, and cays. And cays are low banks of reef, coral, rock, or sand. Over here are the Appalachian Mountains. Formed around 400 million years ago, this is one of the world's oldest mountain ranges. And up here we can see the Canadian Shield. It's a raised, flat plateau of land that contains thousands of lakes. And, fun fact, before the Isthmus of Panama formed 20 million years ago, North and South America were separated by ocean. Alright, some fascinating facts. Let's go through them. The largest lake is Lake Superior in the United States and Canada. The deepest lake is the Great Slave Lake in Canada. Longest tunnels. The longest railroad tunnel is Mount Macdonald Tunnel in British Columbia, Canada. The longest subway tunnel is Anglinon-Honoré-Beaugrand, or Line 1 Green in the Montreal Metro in Canada. The longest road tunnel is the Ted Williams Extension in Boston, United States. North America has 10 time zones. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 right up there. The most active volcano is Kilauea in Hawaii. There are 7 official languages in North America. There are Amerindian languages, Creole, Danish, Dutch, English, French, and Spanish. The busiest airport is Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport in Atlanta, in the United States. The fastest train is the Acela Express in the U.S., which reaches 150 miles per hour. Waterfalls. largest by volume would be Niagara Falls on the US-Canada border. And the tallest would be Olopana Falls in Molokai, Hawaii. North America's extreme points. So its northernmost point is up here. It is Cap Morris Jesup in northern Greenland. The easternmost point is right here. It is Nordastrandingen in northeast Greenland. The westernmost point is right here. It is Attu in the Aleutian Islands in Alaska. The southernmost point is right here. It is the Peninsula de Azuero in southeast Panama. The longest coastline belongs to Canada. The longest bridge is the Lake Pontchartrain Causeway in Louisiana. The tallest bridge is the Royal Gorge Bridge in Colorado. The biggest glacier is the Bering Glacier in Alaska. The tallest buildings are One World Trade Center in New York, New York. The Willis Tower in Chicago, Illinois. 432 Park Avenue in New York, New York. This very mysteriously unnamed tower in New York, New York. How bizarre that they built this tower and didn't name it after anyone or anything at all. It's very strange. And the Empire State Building in New York, New York. The most visited cities are New York, Los Angeles, Miami, Toronto, and Vancouver. Next we have a population map. Much of North America's landmass is sparsely populated, particularly in the frozen north. Population densities are highest along the United States' east and west coasts, around the Great Lakes, in the highlands of Mexico, and in the Caribbean islands, where the amount of available land is limited. So let's see North America's largest cities by population. Number 1 would be Mexico City, Mexico, which we can see right here. This big spike in population. And it has its own little box. So let's read about Mexico City. Mexico's capital is located in the Valley of Mexico and sits at an altitude of 7,350 feet. Continuously inhabited since 1325, it is the oldest city in North America and also the most populous with 8.85 million inhabitants. The second most populated city is New York in the United States. There we go. There's a photo right here of the skyscrapers. Number 3 is Los Angeles over here. Number 4 is Toronto right there. Number 5 is Chicago. Number 6 is Houston. Number 7 is Havana. And there's a box about Havana up here. Let's read it. Havana. Cuba's capital, Havana, is the most populous city in the Caribbean region. It has a population of 2.12 million people. Number 8 is Ecatepec de Morelos, right there. Number 9 is Montreal, right here. Number 10 is Philadelphia, right here. Let's go around and read about some of these cities. So first we have Anchorage, Alaska's most populated city with 298,695 residents. Anchorage is the 65th largest city in the United States. Over in Hawaii, we have Honolulu, the westernmost and southernmost city in the United States. Honolulu has a population of 352,767. For here in Canada, we have Vancouver, the most densely populated city in Canada, with 13,590 inhabitants per square mile. And right here is Edmonton, the capital of Alberta. Edmonton is the most northern city in North America with a metropolitan population of more than 1 million people. There's Greenland up here. Look, there's a little blip right there. The world's largest island has the lowest population density in the world, 0.03 people per square mile. Let's look at Los Angeles, the second largest city in the United States. It has a population of 3.97 million. Let's see, over here we have El Salvador, right here, the most densely populated country in Central America, with 750 people per square mile. And here's Guatemala City, Central America's largest city, with a population of 3.7 million people. Let's go to the Caribbean. Here is St. Martin. The Dutch territory of St. Martin has the highest population density of any location in North America, 2,852 people per square mile. Over here we can see Houston with a population of 2.3 million. It is the largest city in the southern United States. Here is New York, the largest city in the United States. New York has a population of 8.55 million. Up here we can see St. John's, the largest city in Newfoundland. St. John's has a population of 106,000. And fun fact down here, 9 of North America's 10 most densely populated territories are located in the Caribbean. Let's see what's next. There's my rack over here I was using to clean my whiteboard. There we go. Spotlight on the Grand Canyon. Formed over millions of years by the flow of the Colorado River, the Grand Canyon is a steep-sided canyon in the state of Arizona. It is 277 miles long, 18 miles wide at its widest point, and reaches a depth of 6,093 feet. So let's explore the Grand Canyon together. We've got lots of little dots to look at. Here's a little dot right here. This dot is for the Colorado River. From its source in the Rocky Mountains, the Colorado River flows for 1,450 miles and passes through Mexico before emptying into the Gulf of California. And let's see. Right here we have Granite Gorge, the most visited section of the Grand Canyon. It is the starting point for the majority of rafting trips through the canyon along the Colorado River. There's a little spot right here at Grand Canyon Village. Let's see. Occupied since the 1800s, Grand Canyon Village was originally built around the terminus for the Grand Canyon Railroad, which brought tourists to the area. And we've got another spot right here. Let's see, this is for the South Rim. Approximately 90% of tourists catch their first dramatic glimpse of the Grand Canyon from here. Let's see up here. Up here we can see Tuckup Canyon, a 100-mile-long trail route on the north rim of the Grand Canyon. Let's check out this big area over here. You can see it dot right here. This is for the north rim, it says. Temperatures on the north rim are usually lower than those at the south rim because it's 1,000 feet higher. There's another dot right there for Kaibab National Forest. a 1.6 million acre forest that borders both the north and south of the Grand Canyon. And right here we can see Coxcomb. It's a trail area running to the north of the Grand Canyon. Its highest point is Coxcomb Rock at 5,009 feet. And up here is the Kaibab Plateau, reaching an elevation of 9,200 feet. This heavily forested plateau contrasts sharply with the arid lowlands to its south. Over on this side of the Grand Canyon is the Painted Desert. Starting at the eastern edge of the Grand Canyon, the Painted Desert is 7,500 square miles. It is named for its multicolored layers of rock, which range from gray to purple and from orange to pink. And over here we can see the Marble Canyon. This marks the beginning of the Grand Canyon. Despite its name, the canyon contains no marble. It gets its name from the color of its limestone walls, which resemble the color of marble. And a fun fact: the first European to see the Grand Canyon was Garcia Lopez de Cardenas. Maybe Cardenas, I'm not sure. From Spain. He arrived here in 1540. Next we have famous landmarks. Let's check it out. From towering volcanoes, giant redwood forests, and thunderous waterfalls, to spectacular skyscrapers, the ruins of ancient civilizations, and the architectural legacies of the region's colonial past, North America's most famous landmarks are a stunning mix of natural wonders and man-made masterpieces. Let's see, let's start. Oh, did you know the United States is the world's second most visited country? I didn't know that, did you? First we have Mauna Loa in Hawaii. Up here we have Mount Shishaldin in Alaska, the highest mountain peak on the Aleutian Islands. Mount Shishaldin is the most symmetrical cone-shaped volcano on Earth. Well, let's look up here. We have the Ilulissat Ice Fjord, located 220 miles north of the Arctic Circle. The area's many icebergs have made Ilulissat a popular tourist destination. And up here is Nuuk Cathedral in Greenland. Over here we have Lanzo Meadows, a Viking settlement that dates to 1000 CE, nearly 500 years before Columbus discovered the New World. Also in this part of Canada we have Lunenburg Church. We have the Chateau Frontenac in Quebec City. We have the CN Tower in Toronto. Niagara Falls, which has a dot, so let's read about it. Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is the collective name for 3 waterfalls that straddle the Canada-United States border. The largest, the Horseshoe Falls, has an average drop of 188 feet. Let's see, what else do we have over here? The Statue of Liberty. The White House, Washington, D.C., built between 1792 and 1800. It is the official residence of the U.S. President. We have Poverty Point in Louisiana, Kennedy Space Center in Florida, Gran Teatro in Cuba, the National Palace in the Dominican Republic, Bridgetown Clock Tower in Barbados, the Panama Canal in Panama. This 48-mile man-made waterway connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. We have the Teatro Nacional in Costa Rica, Copan in Honduras, Chichen Itza in Mexico, which has a colored dot, which means we have a box to read about Chichen Itza. The largest and most famous Mayan site, Chichen Itza, Mexico, was a major urban center between 750 and 1200 CE. The highlight of the site is the El Castillo Pyramid, whose 4 sides are made up of 365 steps, one for each day of the solar year. See, also down here in Mexico, we have the Metropolitan Cathedral and the Hospicio Cabañas. Here's the Alamo in Texas, the Chaco Canyon in New Mexico, Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, Old Faithful in Wyoming, the Bow in Calgary, the Space Needle in Seattle, Instance in British Columbia. We have the Redwood National Park in California, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. It says when it opened in 1937, it had the longest main span of any suspension bridge in the world. The Hoover Dam in Nevada and Arizona, and the Hollywood sign in Los Angeles. I think I got them all. Did I get them all? I think so. Oh, fun fact. The Zocalo, Mexico City's main square, is North America's most visited tourist attraction with 85 million annual visitors. Next is a climate map. The climate in North America ranges from freezing Arctic conditions in the far north to desert in the southwest, and tropical conditions in Florida, Central America, and the Caribbean. Central and southern regions are prone to severe storms, including hurricanes and tornadoes. Let's see, we've got some boxes up here. This one's about Tornado Alley, which you can see on the map right here. Tornado Alley is a nickname given to an area in the southern United States that experiences a high number of tornadoes. A tornado is a column of air that spins at high speed while maintaining contact with both the ground and the storm clouds above. This box talks about annual precipitation. North America receives moderate amounts of precipitation, which means snow and rain, compared to other continents. The wettest areas are the west coast of Canada, the extreme northwest of the United States, and parts of Central America and the Caribbean. The central part of Greenland is covered by a permanent ice cap. And on average, there's over 1,000 tornadoes recorded in the United States every year. Let's see, what do we have up here? Polar nights. In Greenland, the sun does not rise between early December and mid-January, and the days are dark. Let's start over here. We have the coldest inhabited place right here. Prospect Creek Camp in Alaska is the coldest inhabited place in North America. On January 23rd, 1971, the thermometer there tumbled to negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's the lowest temperature. The lowest temperature ever recorded in North America is negative 81.4 degrees Fahrenheit at Snag, Yukon in Canada on February 3rd, 1947. Over here's the wettest. Henderson Lake, British Columbia, Canada, received an average of 276 inches of rain and snow when measurements were taken between 1923 to 1935 and 1998 to 2000. Over here we have the highest. The highest temperature ever recorded in North America is 134 degrees Fahrenheit in Death Valley, California, United States, on July 10th, 1913. Over here we have the driest. Bataguas in Baja California, Mexico is the driest place in North America. It receives just 1.2 inches of rain per year. And the opposite is right over here, the heaviest rainfall. The most rain to fall in 24 hours in North America was 64.3 inches in Isla Mujeres, Mexico, on October 21st to 22nd, 2005. Over here we can see the hurricanes. Hurricanes form in the Atlantic Basin and are carried westward by trade winds from the coast of Africa. Up here we can see the windiest. Mount Washington in New Hampshire, United States, is the windiest location in North America. On April 12th, 1934, a gust of 372 kilometers per hour was recorded there. Let's see, was that everybody? I think so. Let's see our fun fact. In 1998 to 99, a world record 95 feet of snow fell on the Mount Baker ski area in the U.S. state of Washington. That's a lot of snow. Oh, my favorite. The wildlife section. The diverse array of animals roams North America's lands and waters. The contrasting biomes from freezing tundra in the north to tropical rainforest in the south provide a remarkable range of habitats for countless species to survive and thrive. Let's just go through the animals. Over here we have the Arctic ground squirrel. This squirrel doubles its weight during summer to prepare for a 7-month hibernation. Down here we have the Hawaiian monk seal. The only species of seal native to Hawaii, it is highly endangered. Here's a great white shark. A streamlined swimmer with powerful jaws that contain 7 rows of knife-like teeth. Here's the Steller sea lion. The largest sea lion species. Male bulls can be 2,205 pounds. The American bison. North America's largest land mammal, it can weigh up to 1 ton. The ringed seal. The seal can hold its breath underwater for 45 minutes. The muskox gets its name from the strong odor males emit during the rutting season. The walrus. This mammal uses its tusks to haul its enormous 3,000-pound body out of the water. Over here's a harbor seal. This common seal slows its heartbeat when swimming underwater. And there's a gray seal. 2 fur layers and blubber help the seal keep warm in freezing water. Let's head back over here to the snowy owl. An unusual owl because it hunts by day. The American black bear. Short, non-retractable claws make it an excellent tree climber. The star-nosed mole. Nose tentacles help this mole identify food. Doll sheep. This sheep has thick curled horns that stop growing in winter. The antelope. The fastest land animal in North America. The antelope can reach speeds of 55 miles per hour. Let's see the raccoon. dexterous front paws help this mammal snatch fish from rivers and pick snacks from the trash. River otter. Webbed feet and sleek body make this playful mammal an excellent swimmer. Gray wolf. Wolf pairs can track prey for up to 50 miles. Striped skunk. This mammal's foul-smelling oil can be smelled up to 1 mile away. Coyote. A nocturnal canine that will eat whatever it finds. The elk. Male elk clash antlers in battle for mating rights. A beaver. Powerful jaws help this rodent fell trees and build dams in deep water. Let's go down here. The golden eagle. North America's largest bird of prey can reach speeds of 200 miles per hour in a vertical dive. The bighorn sheep. The horns of a male can weigh more than its whole skeleton. Okay. How does that work? I don't understand, but oh well. The rattlesnake. Highly venomous, this snake grows new rattle segments when it sheds its skin. The American alligator. This extremely territorial and powerful predator can be 13 feet long. Prairie dog, a rodent that lives in underground towns and grasslands. The olive ridley sea turtle. A solitary open ocean dweller, females return to land to lay eggs. The American crocodile. The largest crocodile species, it lives in brackish water. Caribbean reef shark. This shark lives on reefs, I assume so, and can dive to 1,250 feet. The magnificent frigate bird. Oh, that's a name. An agile flyer with long wings and a forked tail. The lemon shark. A stocky shark that lives in groups in tropical coastal waters. And it's got a dot over here that points out the oldest and largest. Situated above a dormant volcano and boasting more than half of the world's great geysers, Yellowstone in Wyoming became the world's first national park in 1872. This has helped preserve the landscape from human exploitation and protect its animal herds from poachers. Fun fact: North America is home to 457 species of mammals, 4,000 arachnids, 914 birds, and 662 reptiles. This is the last map in the set. It always ends with this really cool by night map. This image of North America at night provides a fascinating insight into where people live. The major urban areas are found in the eastern half of the United States. For here. California, for here, and central Mexico. But much of the northern half of the continent is uninhabited. Let's read some of these boxes. Ooh. Canada. There we go. Despite its vast size, only the Russian Federation is larger. Almost 90% of Canada is uninhabitable. The cold temperatures in the country's frozen north are too extreme for humans to live there. This box is about the Caribbean islands. Although some of North America's most densely populated territories can be found in the Caribbean region, some of the islands are also home to ever-growing rural populations. First is the Cayman Islands, which are right here, along with Anguilla, not sure, Bermuda and St. Martin. This is one of 4 North American territories with an entirely urban population. Next is Haiti, right here. Consequence of the devastating 2010 earthquake, the number of people living in towns increased by 3.78% between 2010 and 2015. Montserrat, just right here. Only 9% of this volcanic island's population live in urban environment. And then Trinidad and Tobago, which is over here. Fewer people live in towns here than anywhere else in North America. Let's check this out. Hawaii. With 953,000 people, Oahu is the most populous of Hawaii's main islands. You can see California. The Los Angeles, Long Beach, Anaheim area is the most densely populated region in the United States. Down here you can see Mexico. Over half the country's 123.2 million population live in a small band of land in the center of the country. Over here we can see Costa Rica. It has an urban population of 76.8%. The highest in Central America. Here we can see the District of Columbia. Over 600,000 people live in an area of just 68 square miles. The Great Lakes region, big cities all around. Towns and cities frame the shores of the Great Lakes, which are clearly visible in this image. Canada. An estimated 90% of Canada's population live within 100 miles of the U.S. border. You can see Toronto, Montreal, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver. And up here we have Greenland. This vast island has only 13 towns with a population of more than 1,000 people. The largest is Nuuk, which has a population of 16,500. And for our last fun fact of the night, of the 50 states that make up the United States, Maine has the lowest urban population, 38.7%. So that's the end for the night. Here we go. I feel a lot better about you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video relaxing and educational. And I hope that you have a very good